All right, team, welcome. We're here today to walk through something absolutely critical, the official security playbook for our new AI system here at Automate Corporation. Okay, so let's just dive right in with the big one. This is the question that sooner or later we're going to have to answer, and probably in a hurry. Our new AI system, the one that's plugged into everything from customer emails to our internal transaction logs, starts acting weird. We have to know with certainty, is this just an innocent glitch, or are we actively under attack? And here's the thing, you can't just guess the answer to that question. You find it by building what we call an analytical bridge. Think of it as this careful, methodical process that connects the moment we spot something strange to the moment we take action. Before we even think about fixing anything, we have to be absolutely sure what the real problem is. You know, you can think of our AI system like a brilliant new employee. Sometimes, even the best employee might misunderstand an instruction. That's a benign glitch. Maybe a user typed a confusing request or a setting is just a little bit off. But then, there are times when someone is actively trying to trick it, feeding it malicious instructions to try and get it to leak sensitive data or ignore its safety rules. That's a malicious attack. And our entire job in that moment is to tell the difference between an honest mistake and a deliberate deception. So, how do we get to the truth? Well, we need a formal process for it. This isn't just some vague investigation. Root cause analysis for our AI is a very structured discipline. We have to answer 4 key questions. What exactly happened? How did it happen? Why did it happen? And this last one is so important. How confident are we in that diagnosis? This is how we move from a simple suspicion to actual certainty. And believe me, we cannot afford to skip this step. If we jump the gun, we could deploy a fix for a problem we don't even have, all while the real attacker stays hidden deep inside our system. Or worse, we could fail our security audits, and most damaging of all, we could shatter the trust our customers have placed in Automate Corporation. Rushing is simply not an option. Okay, so let's get into the playbook itself. We're going to start with the first part of what I like to call our detective's toolkit, tracing every single interaction with the AI. First things first, we become digital archaeologists. We have to reconstruct the exact timeline of the event. We start with the initial prompt a user sent in, then we look for things like a sudden spike in API calls, those are the system's requests for information, and we trace it all the way to, say, an unusual RAG retrieval. That's when the AI is pulling info from our internal knowledge base. Did it suddenly try to grab a sensitive file from a database it shouldn't be touching? Our goal here is to find that very first abnormal event, the first domino that fell. This means we literally read the AI's conversation log. We're analyzing the precise language, every single word, in every prompt and system message. Was there a hidden command, a cleverly phrased sentence designed to trick the AI? So many attacks against systems like ours begin right here at the prompt. This is our first and maybe most important evidence checkpoint. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because patterns over time can tell you a story. A sudden, sharp spike in API calls like you see here, that is almost never a coincidence. This isn't just a busy day at the office. This could be the digital fingerprint of an attacker probing our defenses, testing the locks before they try to break in. And while we're figuring out the what, we absolutely have to figure out the who. Knowing who is behind this activity is critical. I mean, an attack coming from a regular customer account, that's one level of threat. But that same activity coming from a compromised administrator account here at Automate Corporation, that is a 5-alarm fire. It changes our entire response immediately. So once we understand the external conversation, our investigation has to move inward. The next part of our toolkit is all about looking inside the model itself to see if its logic, its very mind, has been corrupted. We're looking for specific behavioral red flags. Is the AI suddenly giving skewed answers when it analyzes our transaction logs? Is it flat out refusing to follow the safety rules we programmed into it when it's talking with customers? These aren't just little quirks. They are flashing red lights, potential signs of a deep compromise, like a hidden backdoor an attacker left open. And this right here is a perfect example of a total catastrophe. If our AI ever produced an output like this, it means its safety guardrails have been completely torn down. This is the digital equivalent of a bank teller just handing over the keys to the vault. It is an undeniable, capital S, severe breach. We also have to ask a really scary question. Has the AI's library, all the data it learns from, been poisoned? Since our system ingests all sorts of internal documents from Automate Corporation, we have to check their integrity. An attacker could hide malicious instructions in a document that looks totally harmless, essentially turning our own data into a weapon against us. Okay, and for the final piece of our investigation, we zoom out one more time to the foundational layer. We check the health and the behavior of the underlying infrastructure that our AI runs on, because there are always more clues to find. An attack often leaves, well, physical fingerprints on the system hardware. So we cross-reference the AI's weird behavior with the system's telemetry data. Look at this chart. A sudden, unexplained spike in resource use, especially in something like tool invocations, as you see here. That's a major indicator that something is very wrong under the hood. This is a really big one. We have to watch what the AI does. Our system has tools that let it automate processes, right? But what if, after analyzing a simple customer support email, it suddenly tries to access the finance database for no good reason? That could mean an attacker has hijacked its abilities and is using our own powerful tools against us. So after we've gathered all these clues, from the interaction, from the model's mind, and from the system itself, the Automate Corporation team has one final job: weigh all the evidence and deliver a clear, definitive verdict. And we don't just go with our gut feeling. We grade our evidence scientifically. Is the evidence strong, meaning can we reproduce it, and do we have it from multiple data sources? Or is it weak, just the one-off, isolated anomaly? This grading system ensures our response is always proportional. We don't sound a global alarm for a weak signal, but you better believe we act decisively when that evidence is strong. This all comes together in a formal 5-step summary. This document becomes the official record. It clearly defines the type of attack, the root cause, our confidence level in that finding, the potential impact or blast radius, and exactly what needs to be done to fix it. This is the official incident report for Automate Corporation, and it's our permanent audit trail. So let's bring this all home. This detailed playbook, it's not just about stopping a single attack. It's truly fundamental to our entire mission here at Automate Corporation. By following this rigorous process, we're making sure that Automate Corporation is prepared for the sophisticated AI threats that are out there right now, from prompt injection to data poisoning. What's more, this playbook is our proof that we meet our critical compliance obligations, showing we're aligned with standards like the NIST AI Risk Management Framework. It proves our commitment to security. Because at the end of the day, building a powerful, smart AI system is only half the battle. Here at Automate Corporation, our real goal is to build trustworthy AI. This structured, evidence-based security playbook is more than just a procedure. It's our promise to our customers and to ourselves that we are building an AI that isn't just intelligent, but is also fundamentally safe and secure.